Okay, we're live, but we do have to let it breathe just for a second as we bring on our great Facebook community. Bear with us 1 second here, gang, as the Denver Broncos, oof, that was ugly. Welcome in, everybody, to the Huddle Up podcast, rapid reaction at halftime here, presented, as always, by Mile High Huddle, powered by Overtime Media. I'm your host, Chad Jensen. With me, as always, my partner in crime. You know him, you love him. He is Zack Kelberman. And gang, as you see me kind of look off camera here and there, I'm keeping my eye on the game since we're going live with about a minute left to go. Zack, you had a feeling that this was going to be a tight one. So far, it's coming through that way.
Listen, I realize my own jinx powers. I don't want to say the game is in the bag just yet. It'd be great if the Broncos can score here, go up 17-6. But as I was telling John off air before we went on, I think the Broncos already have a win. Even if they end up losing this game, Fangio showed what his defense can do. The Broncos offense in a small sample size show what Drew Lock can do when they move the ball. Melvin Gordon's having a great game today. The Broncos are playing up for Kansas City, where it seems like Kansas City is playing down to the Broncos. Overall, very impressed so far. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, as you said, and Melvin Gordon, man, this is the game he's earning that contract, right? He's had a few shining moments this year, like the over-the-shoulder touchdown catch. I want to say that was week 3 against the Bucs. Week 4 against the Jets, he really shined. And he's had a few good moments in the interim, but so far, man, he's been kind of the tip of the spear. And, man, it didn't start well. Drew Lock, for the second consecutive week, or game, I should say, throws an interception on the opening possession, and as the television broadcast made plain, 7th consecutive start with at least one pick. Zack, what's been your read on Lock through 2 quarters?
It seems like he's one of those quarterbacks that has to get a bad drive out of his system, and then once that's done, an interception or whatever, a turnover, he's a little better and he settles down. It all starts with the play calling, though. To start the game for the first couple, 3-4 series, Pat Shurmur was being very vanilla, very predictable, up the middle runs with Phillip Lindsay. Then he opened it up more. You have a Gordon run, which sparked the offense. It's nice to get a big play for once, but you're rolling Drew Lock out. You're getting high percentage passes. You're getting your tight ends involved, everyone except Nick Van Ent. And you scored a touchdown with Tim Patrick. So Drew Lock, so far, and again, so far, it reminds me of the Miami game because he looked so bad at first and then really settled down as the game went on.
False start on Denver, 3rd and 8. Drew Lock hits Tim Patrick, but Patrick bobbles and drops it.
Got to catch that.
Decline, so it's looking like a punt. But nevertheless, 41 seconds left to go. The Chiefs, any time left on the clock is too much time for Patrick Mahomes. But right. I'm trying to look here with the television broadcast, and I have it muted so it doesn't come through on the mic. I'm trying to guesstimate here what the distance on this. They're trotting out McManus. Oh no, that was 2nd down. All right, my bad. This is 3rd down. Okay, my bad on that. Yeah, Drew Lock, you're right. There's something to that about, he's got to get the one bad play out of his system or the one bad drive, and 2 games in a row now. Shout out to Tom. Appreciate that super chat, my friend. He says, can the game end now? LOL. We feel you, my friend. We feel you indeed. But it kind of feels like, Zack, the Broncos, are playing with house money, tip pass, Fant picks it up, and they're going to get into deep field goal range. They stopped him on 3rd down. Big Mike Evans, we love you, my friend. Rapid fire through the super. Since it's the halftime stream, we only get about 15 minutes. He says, could not be more pleased with the team's performance. Defense, man, they're playing them tight once again, is Vic Fangio. Yeah,
but more so than that, Fangio really had his guys ready to play in today's game. And you know what? That's been a criticism of mine from Fangio. The team's never prepared. They're lacking the energy. So far, through one half, dare I say, the Broncos are the better team on the field tonight. The Broncos are the better team, and they're outplaying and out-coaching the Kansas City Chiefs. And it should have been a touchdown by Tyreek Hill, and the Chiefs are getting too cute with their play calling. But sometimes you need those breaks. Sometimes that's all it takes, a little luck and the ball bouncing the right way, literally, and you can spring a massive upset. But Fangio had his guys ready. He's an elite defensive mind. And guess what, guys? If you're wondering why the Broncos aren't going to fire Vic Fangio, you're watching it right now.
I was saying as I'm going, handling the live blog, typing this thing up while we're watching it live and engaging on the open thread. And by the way, gang, you guys should be hanging out with us at the open thread at milehighhuddle.com. When we jump off this live stream, join us over there. It's a lot of fun. We're talking Broncos Chiefs in real time. But I said, the Broncos need, if you're going to beat the Chiefs, no matter who you are, no matter what team, if you're going to beat the Chiefs in their own house, you need a few things to break your way. And It's even doubly
Missed.
true. Missed it?
Yeah.
50 plus though, right?
Yeah.
Let me see what the
It was wide left. You can't beat the Chiefs with field goals. That's what I'm talking about. You give Mahomes a short field now. There's still 28 seconds of timeout. They're only down by 4. I know it's a big distance, but you got to convert these drives and score touchdowns.
57 missed from 57 for
I would have went for it.
He's been a stud, dude. He's been for all the times for as critical I should say as I've been of McManus in the last couple of years. This year he has shut me up. He's played really, really well. Come through. I think this is only his second miss this year from 50. He's done really well. And in fact, it was the last game against the Saints. Set the new single season record, Zach, for most 50-yard field goals for the Broncos. So, oh man, just bent it left a little bit, but still. So let's see. The Chiefs take over. How much time? They got 28 seconds in a short
in field goal range. Yeah, they already completed a pass. 23 seconds. They went out of bounds. They have a timeout. They score here. I'm just saying this right now. If they score here, this could be the turning point in the game and a Broncos loss.
A field goal is you can live with a field goal here.
Right. If you hold them to a field goal, it's a big victory.
Ooh, yep. And I see that. All right, connected. Looks like I'm a little bit behind. I'm watching this on my phone right now during the live stream here, so it looks like I'm a little bit behind. But, Zach, we're not seeing much pressure on Mahomes, but we're seeing some solid coverage and tip passes.
Oh, man. Travis Kelce just stiff-armed Elijah Holder right to the ground. Big play. Wow, that was it's pretty embarrassing.
I'm surprised Holder's seeing any time on defense. I'll be frank with you. In fact, I wrote that as I think it was Saturday, the article that they're elevating him to the roster. I'm like, he won't see any time on defense, but hey, he's a good special teams contributor.
Where's Mark Barron? Isn't this the reason why the Broncos signed him? They want to play him. This is the reason why the signing was so terrible. They still can't cover a tight end. The same reason they had to sing Bassie on Tyreek Hill, passing him off to A.J. Johnson. Don't allow a touchdown here. I was looking down. I think it was on the Broncos. Yeah.
You can live with the field goal. You can live with the field goal. You can't allow a touchdown here.
10 seconds, 10-yard line, 15 seconds, one timeout, first and goal. You got to force a turnover. Would be so great here.
The Broncos they got a little bit lucky on that third and goal from the 1. In that the Chiefs tried to get a little too cute with that reverse to Hill.
Yeah.
When Andy Reid just says, to hell with it, it's time to produce, they're so hard to stop, dude. Like right now, it's Mahomes out there, backyard ball.
Even that play on first and goal, that was weird in the middle of the field with a few seconds left, even though you have a timeout. It just seems like Andy Reid's play calling is not really on point today. Maybe that's more so a testament to Fangio's defensive scheme.
Plus that miss, I mean, it was a touchdown. It looked like it probably would have been called a touchdown.
He trapped it. It was a great play. Come on, Broncos.
And
pass, Shelby Harris. # pay Shelby. The man is incredible, Chad. I have never seen anyone better at batting passes in my life. Pay this man. # pay Shelby.
Yeah, that's 3 today, right? 2 for Shelby, 1 for Deshaun.
He's limited snaps too, coming off the CV list. Missed 4 games. Comes right in there against the Chiefs. Bats 2 passes down. Pay this man. # pay Shelby.
Okay, come on, gang. You got to hold them.
Field goal.
Okay, there it is. Yep. I'm behind you. 3 seconds. They're trotting them out. Okay.
Please miss this. Be so great.
That would be rad, but it's chip shot. It's chip shot territory.
Got it. All right.
So Broncos enter halftime. Who would have thunk it? Seriously. The Broncos, it's a tight game. Both sides are playing it pretty close to the vest, but who would have thunk the Broncos enter halftime, 1 point in the lead? This has got to give them a boost, Zach.
I will tell you this to answer your question. Who'd have thunk it? The people who really know the Broncos, the people who cover the Broncos, and the people who study the Broncos on a day-to-day basis. This is only a stunner or a shocker to those who are uninformed, Chad. This is why we have Let 'Em Hate. Even if the Broncos go on to lose this game, like I said, Fangio showed on a national stage coming off an embarrassment against the Saints. His defense is legit. The Broncos are showing what they can do on offense. I'm very much impressed with how they're performing, but I'm not surprised because this is what they're capable of when they play to their potential.
Jared, good to see you, my friend. One of our Facebook supporters. Much love to you, my dog. We got a super sticker coming in from MHH male model, Muhammad Badri, rocking the trucker hat and the hoodie. All right, so real quick, we don't have a lot of time. John will keep an eye on the chat stream. Anything pressing, he'll get it on or any supers, he'll get it on screen for us. Zach, give me your biggest takeaway through the first 30 minutes of this game for the Broncos.
They outcoached Andy Reid and the Chiefs offense on defense. And anyway, Pat Shurmur, to me, he's still a little too conservative, too predictable. I like what he's doing in the second quarter, but the takeaway to me in that first half is Vic Fangio's defense is super legit. And in the first game, not a lot of people realize it because it was a bad loss for Denver, but Fangio held Mahomes to 200 yards, Chad, and a garbage time touchdown. It was one of Mahomes' worst games in recent memory. This is what a Fangio defense can do. That's my biggest takeaway. They are outclassing Kansas City through one half.
Drew Lock is 9 of 15 for 88 yards with a touchdown and a pick. His QB rating at halftime is 71. Meanwhile, you've got Melvin Gordon already over a hundo today. Good for him, man. The Broncos, man, they really needed that. And in fact, that touchdown drive in which it culminated in a lock to Tim Patrick connection there, 71 of those yards, they went 90 yards on 7 plays, Zach, and 71 of them off the hoof of Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, he was running like there's a bottle of Merlot on the field, Chad. He was galloping out there. He's finally an $8 million a year running back. He's earning his coin. And when you work in tandem with Lindsey, I still wish Shurmur would run Lindsey to the outside more, but this is why you paid Melvin Gordon the money, and he's finally earning it. So they got to eat some crow. Great first half by MG.
And here's also how MG and Phillip Lindsay fighting through not quite being 100%. There was a question. He was questionable going into this game, and he ended up being a go, which is great. Both backs have 9 carries, and Melvin's just been able to do more so far today. And here's how that shakes out. The Broncos currently lead the time of possession 16 and a half minutes to 13 and a half to the Chiefs. So that's what you want. You want to keep Mahomes on the sideline for as much time as you possibly can. And when you're able to do that, when you're able to stay on the field longer than your opponent, it typically means it's because you're not only sustaining drives, but you're picking up some points along the way and you're moving the ball on third down. The Broncos haven't been perfect on third down today, but Zach, they've come through a few times. Real quick, on the day, they're 4 for 7 on third down. Meanwhile, Fangio's success against the Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs have converted one of their last 13 third downs against Fangio's defense dating back to week 7.
I mean, dare I say Fangio has Mahomes' number, at least this season. I mean, think of the Broncos are down Bryce Callahan. They're playing without their best cornerback. They're playing without Mike Purcell and Jarrell Casey. Shelby's coming back from missing 4 games. They're without Von Miller, and they're doing this and containing Mahomes to no touchdowns in the first half. Vic Fangio's defense is #legit.
And I like that there's, in terms of the passing game, Zach, there's an obvious emphasis in this game to get Noah Fant involved. He's been targeted already 7 times. He's caught 4 of them for 57. You need that. Now, in the second half, I'd like to see a little bit more from Jerry Jeudy, even KJ Hamler. I'd like to see more from him. 1 catch so far on 1 target, 8 yards. But so far, so good with Noah. Let's just start trying to work a little Jerry and KJ into the mix.
And no more Nick Vannett, no more Troy Fumagalli. You guys don't have to target them. Let's target your first-round tight end, your first-round receiver, your second-round receiver. You have 2 Pro Bowl running backs. Let's get them involved more. But, Chad, guess what we saw tonight? A screen pass. And you know what? It worked. My mind was blown.
I know. That's exactly what I said. In fact, I got added by a few people on Twitter. Hey, Broncos successfully executed a screen. David Kilgore, good to see you, my dog. Zach, we got a lot of supers stacked up. So, John, let's just rapid fire these. David, appreciate you, my friend. He says, our secondary has given up too many passing yards. Hey, that you charge it to the game. The Chiefs are going to get theirs. It's a matter of situations. So far, the Broncos have been on the winning side on third down, one of 5, and in the red zone, they've kept the Chiefs out. So, David, that's what you want right now. They're going to get their yards. They're going to move the ball. But in this key situations, third down, red zone, that's where the Broncos need to shine, and they are.
And again, they're doing this without their all-pro caliber cornerback in Bryce Callahan. And A.J. Boye, he's getting juked out a little too much for my liking, and he was getting some hate on Twitter. Why can't he keep up with Tyreek? How many cornerbacks can? I can count on one hand what they can even do in the same time zone as Tyreek Hill. All in all, the Broncos secondary, very valiant effort. They're doing their job through the first half.
Yeah, it's not a great matchup for AJ, just the type of corner that he is with that short area burst, speed, twitch. Mr. C jumping in. Appreciate the super. He says, pay that man, Shelby.
Yes. Hashtag Pink Shelby.
We echo that, man. Get that hashtag going on Twitter. Jonathan Chavera is jumping in. Good to see you, my friend, a superstar. He says, McManus has to be kicking himself today after that, LOL. And all the smack he talks about not getting the opportunity. Yeah, he does talk a lot of smack, probably more than you want to see from your kicker, Zach. And it sucks he missed the 57-yarder, but he's been money for this team at certain points in which they just needed that little extra boost. The offense fell short or the defense fell short. McManus came through for him. Sucks he couldn't be perfect today, but it was a 57-yarder.
You can't rely on him to be perfect, though. It's so hard to hit those 57-yarders, and I think McManus has done enough this season to prove himself and justify that contract. I'm not holding the miss against him. The Broncos offense should have converted and gone for the touchdown there.
Drew, one of our superstars, jumping in. Love you, buddy. He says, the defense has been fantastic. Gordon is running great. We can win this. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. Broncos definitely got that memo, and Zach, with an actual quarterback under center this time, looks like they're able to – it was kind of slow going at first, but they've kind of been able to build on what they did against the Dolphins. That huge 65-yard run for Gordon today, beautifully executed. Dalton Reisner pulling from the left guard and blocking up. I want to say it was the B gap. Might have been the A. Either way, wide open hole. Boom, Gordon's gone. So let's continue that momentum.
This actually reminds me a lot of the Dolphins game in that Drew Lock had a really bad first series and kind of settled down, and the Broncos won on the strength of the running game. Drew, I agree with you, but the Broncos can't abandon the pass either. They can't go into a shell. They can't be conservative. You have to take chances and be aggressive because it's only a matter of time, Chad, before the Chiefs get on the board. And the Broncos have to have enough firepower to combat that.
Mr. Castillo jumping in. Appreciate you, my friend. Can't stand Chris Collinsworth's man crush on Mahomes and how it's all about the Chiefs. What the Chiefs are doing and not what the Broncos are doing. Please, Locke, check it down. Yeah, I understand a lot of fans, Zach, they don't like Collinsworth, but he's never bothered me. There's very few color guys in the league that actually bother me. Trent Green's the one I can't stand listening to.
I mean, I like Joe Buck. I think he's pretty good. I like Collinsworth for the most part. I mean, he has a little Troy Aikman. I know they have a little generic and obvious analysis, but he never really bothered me too much. But listen, guys, this is the reigning Super Bowl MVP, the best quarterback in the NFL, probably the MVP this year. You're going to see that, that ass kissing every week, no matter what.
NH5 jumping in. Appreciate you. Defense playing their butts off. Offense trying their best not to crap the bed. I like it so far. Keep it close. Keep it ugly. Let's go, Broncos. That's true. The defense is playing their butts off, but Zach, I wouldn't say the Broncos offense is just playing good enough not to lose. If the Broncos offense doesn't show up for work today, the Chiefs are up 9-0 right now, or if not more, because the Chiefs are on the field more because the offense is going 3 and out. So tip your cap and thank your lucky stars that the Broncos offense, even though it's not explosive Star Wars numbers, they're producing today. Mike jumping in. Appreciate you. I am impressed with Shermer. It seems like he has carried over the improved play calls from Miami. Locke needs to stop playing hero ball. Check it down. Very true.
I mean, the Broncos offense is doing more than enough to kind of, avoid victory, but you have to get out there and you have to score points. You have to keep the ball moving and keep the clock moving, keep Mahomes on the sideline. That last drive in the second half when they sputtered kind of concerns me. I want to see them come out in the second half with some firepower and tenacity.
Yeah, the O-line is definitely playing very, very well. And the run game juju that they built up from week 11.
Except Glasgow. They
kind of dipped up over the Saints game, and then they're, parlaying it into this game. So far, so good. Glasgow did get nicked up left, came back in the second quarter, so that's good. Let me see here what else we got. Man, the chat is just on fire right now. Let me see here real quick. We don't want to miss any of our supers. We got Miguel. Appreciate that super sticker, my friend. Really means a lot. Jules jumping in. First time super chat from your neighbor down south in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Well, thank you, Jules. Really appreciate you. Welcome. Thank you guys for everything you do. Keep it up. Appreciate that, my friend. Good to see you. Stick around. And again, guys, I want to remind everybody when we hop off the rapid reaction stream here, join us over at milehighhuddle.com for the open thread. That's where we keep the conversation going. And then Zach and I will be back, of course, for the gut reaction. Ren99 jumping in. Appreciate you, Ren. Solid first half. Just got to stay aggressive. Don't get conservative. When we play conservative, especially on defense, it tends to hurt us.
Yes. Yes, but don't be too aggressive either. Don't be like the Jets and send house blitzes against Patrick Mahomes, and don't go into a shell on offense. You got to keep your foot on the pedal, and exactly the way you played in the first half, and it has to translate over into the second half. It's a tall ask, but not impossible.
Good to see Alvin, one of our superstars that we picked up, I want to say somewhere over the summer, started becoming a part of the community. Really appreciate that generosity, my friend. It means a lot to us, and It's good to see you. Alvin says, the D and Gordon are fire. Let's go Denver. Yes, indeed, Zach. Those are the two components right now that I would say are kind of saving the day for the Broncos.
And what were the two components that sprung them to an upset over Miami, Chad? That would be the running game and the defense. So it's the same identity and the same blueprint they employed before, and they're using it again in the first half of this game. I'm impressed.
Mr. Castillo, again jumping in. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Can we get the equipment manager to change out the cleats for the second half? Yeah, a lot of slipping and sliding. But you know what, Zach, this is the Chiefs, man. They're twitchy. They're explosive. They're short area. Just, they'll juke you out of your cleats, but the point is not lost on us.
Did we all see, though, KJ Hamler literally stop on a dime and juke out his defender? I want to see more of that, guys. I want to see more of that KJ Hamler in space with the ball in his hand. He can do such exciting things. He's fun to watch.
All right, I'm seeing a lot of comments about field goals are not going to win the day, and this is absolutely true. But, Zach, as we grab Malachi here, how powerful is it from a mindset perspective, from an emotional, spiritual, energy perspective, for the Broncos to walk into that locker room and look around at each other and go, we're at Arrowhead. We're a 4-7 team. We're coming off a week in which the NFL utilized us as a means in which to scare straight the other 31 teams. And we're up on the Chiefs at halftime. How powerful, how useful is that?
It's useful to an extent because there's still a second half left to play. And as we all watch the Super Bowl against the 49ers, Mahomes very much can be a second half quarterback. He can strike on a dime. They can't get too complacent. They can't rest on their laurels. They played an amazing job, Chad. But this is the Broncos' motivation. The only way to really get back at the NFL for what the NFL did to them against the Saints is to take down their golden child on national television. And so far, they've done that.
Yep, that's right. The Broncos are looking at themselves going, hey, we're up. But meanwhile, the Chiefs are looking at themselves going, what are we doing letting the Broncos beat us right now?
Time to turn it on.
They're going to come out on fire, and the Broncos have to be ready. All right, Malachi, headed to Colorado from KC tomorrow morning for my honeymoon. Would love to get the dub tonight to start the week off right. Well, congratulations on getting married, Malachi. That's awesome, my friend, and we hope you get that for your honeymoon.
We want that for you, for sure.
The Wizard in the house, Mundungus, appreciate the super. Good to see you, my friend. He says, this game plan will allow us to win, but it isn't showing well for Locke. Using him as a game manager right now, thoughts? I want to see that from Locke. Thanks, Mike, by the way. I want to see that from Locke. I want to see that he has the competency to be an effective game manager. The hero ball thing, that's why he got picked off. You pick your battles. You manage the game. You take the open receiver. You check it down. You do those things, and more often than not, you're going to put yourself in a position to have those big plays later on in the game. We're seeing that from Locke now 2 games in a row.
Maybe it's just me, though, but I want to see something in the middle of game manager and playing hero ball. I want to see what he can do when he's a balanced quarterback, still making the right reads, but taking shots down the field and using his arm strength and getting him outside the pocket. I think Drew can lead the Broncos to victory, but I want to see him make a play. I want to see them win or have success because of him, not in spite of him.
What's up, Jason? Good to see you, my friend. Appreciate that super chat as the game just kicked back off. He says, what's up, MHH? Appreciate you guys. Good to see you, Jason. Thank you. Thank you very much, my friend. And yeah, the game is back on, so we're going to have to dip out here. But Zach, before we go, any bold predictions, or not so much bold predictions, how do you expect the second half? What's your beat on the energy of this team? Final 30 minutes.
I think they'll tell us a lot of what we need to know on this first drive or the first couple drives. And Le'Veon Bell's going off of all running backs. They have to contain him. I don't really have any bold predictions. I will say, though, if they play the same level of football they played in the first half, they will score this upset. And if they do, I am not surprised. This is what the Broncos are capable of.
Not a great way to open the second half with Le'Veon Bell picking up like 20 yards on first down on a shotgun handoff. Come on, guys. Come on. That's unacceptable. But hey, they can win some battles, but they can't. Did my dog just jump up? All right, time to go, gang. We're losing it here. Remember, we'll be back, Zach and I, for the gut reaction immediately following the game. In the meantime, join us over at milehighhuddle.com for the open thread. We want you there. We want your opinions. We want your takes. That's where we can keep the conversation going. So Zach, shout out to all our Super Chat superstars and Mile High Salute. We love you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you where we can really let our hair down after this game in about an hour of real time.
Why is Josie Jewell covering Travis Kelce? Vic, never again, please.
All right, gang. We'll see you here in about an hour. We'll get the stream up about halfway through the fourth quarter and start tweeting it out and promoting it. So we'll see you guys here in just a few minutes. Keep your chin up. Hope you paid your tithing to the football gods. Broncos have a chance here.